Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be a part of the Columbus Chamber's annual meeting. Michael, thanks for inviting me to be here with you today to show our community a look into the state of the Chamber in 2012. As someone who was part of the selection committee responsible for reeling you in here from Indiana all the way to Columbus, it's great to be with you as part of your first official annual meeting.
Thanks, Mike. We're really thankful to have you up here. Congratulations again from last year, and thanks for giving us an opportunity to tell the Chamber story in a little different way than we've done it before.
I have a few questions to help start our conversation, including one that was submitted by members last week via Twitter, of all things.
You use Twitter, right?
I'm going to. I encourage everyone in the audience to have your phones handy because we'll be inviting you to participate in 2 polls using your text function, so please have those ready. Let's get started, Michael.
Absolutely.
At the 2011 Columbus Chamber annual meeting, you were announced as this organization's president and CEO. Your tenure here began in April. During the last 10 months, you've made an undeniable mark, and we're here today to officially launch the new Columbus Chamber. Tell us, what exactly is new about your direction and approach?
You know, besides having a new logo, it's also just a new way of servicing the business community. It's much more one-to-one, much more seeing ourselves as a connector to all the different resources, opportunities, to the different people, the different even opportunities here within Columbus to do new clients, and to really make those connections happen in a way that we didn't before. It's really a value proposition, essentially, that says, if you work with us, you're going to do better. Your business is going to do better. We're going to make it easier for you to do business here in Columbus.
It's time for our first poll question. Please pull out your phones. You might be surprised by how many businesses the Chamber directly reached in 2011. How many one-on-one meetings do you think the Chamber's business solutions, member services, workforce, advocacy, and business development team members conducted last year? Would you say it's 500 plus, 750 plus, 1,000 plus, or 1,500 plus?
Nope.
As you
smart crowd.
Each option has a number listed next to it. If that's the option you would like to choose, then text that number to
Here you go.
22333. And this is a pretty quick, technology is a marvelous thing, Michael. It's quicker than I am. We'll take a moment to populate the results. And as we wait for those results, Michael, tell us a little about what happens during your team's outreach meetings.
You know, when we go out and meet one-on-one with the company, the idea is really just to ask some questions, a very small number of questions, but really to listen. The best thing that we can do is know exactly what the business is looking for, that they feel like it takes to get them to that next level, and then for us to go out there and make the connections and make it happen. So it doesn't take long, it's not real arduous, and I encourage any business to give us that opportunity to make that kind of a connection.
And the response to our poll?
Good job, good job. Yeah, it is 1,500 plus. It's amazing. Sometimes people don't think that that's what we're able to do, but with a great staff, with a great outreach, we can meet so many different businesses over the course of the year, and each time we do that, we learn things. We learn what they need, and it helps us to bring more resources to the table, better resources, tailored resources to help them grow.
Our next question for you, Michael, is 2 years ago, with the leadership and cooperation of Alex Fisher and Kenny McDonald, the Columbus 2020 Economic Development Initiative was launched at this meeting. With that initiative up and successfully running, can you explain the Chamber's role as a collaborator within it?
You know, we're really fortunate to have all the resources that were brought together by so many partners to allow to have the 2020 project to come forward here. And our role is to work with existing businesses. There's a lot of work being done in other areas and other facets of the economy, but for the Chamber, our role is to work with the existing businesses and help grow the economy one business at a time. So as we work one-on-one, we feel like that we can bring something to the table for those businesses. It's going to help them grow, and in turn grow the entire Columbus region's economy. So we're really thankful to be able to tap into the resources of the Columbus 2020 effort, have extra team members, have extra staff expertise that can help us as we work with our existing businesses.
Thank you. Audience, you've already shown your proficiency with your text functions. Thank you very much for that. So we're now ready to toss out to you our next text polling question, and it's this. Which of these areas do you most need assistance with to accelerate your business in 2012? Do you most need quality workforce, financing and capital, government advocacy, or contract opportunities? Again, each option has a number listed next to it. If that's the option you would like to choose, then text that number to this number, 22333. That's 22333. And we'll give a few moments for the population of those results. Mike, we'll see if you're surprised or not.
This is great.
And while those results are populating, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you to join me in congratulating Michael as once again another new grandfather with the birth of a grandson yesterday.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, so our world of the last couple of days has been kind of crazy here, but that's okay. Well, this was kind of there was no right or wrong answer to the question. It's really the opportunity to see what all the different types of things that we can address as we work with businesses. And there's probably 10 or 20 other things that we can do to try to reach out and help companies. It doesn't surprise me that some of those answers moved out that quickly. I mean, those are things that are important to the business community, and each one of those areas are areas that we can address, whether it's financing, whether it's making connections, government relations work, any of those areas. We've got the staff and the connections. Not necessarily that we're the expert in all those areas, but we've got the connections to make it happen.
Thank you, Michael. Our next question was submitted to us via Twitter, by the way, by Walker Evans. Walker is the founder of the Columbus Underground, co-founder and CEO of the Metropreneur, and one of the newest members of the Chamber's Small Business Council. Michael, Walker Evans wants to know what the Chamber is doing to spur business incubation and acceleration efforts.
Sure. You know, the Chamber has always been a great place for an entrepreneur to come to because of the resources that we can help them out with, make the connections to. We've also been partnering with other groups here within the community, ECDI. We've always worked with the SBDC to try to help them know, the entrepreneurs know that those resources are available. We're also partnering with CentralOhioEntrepreneurs.org, which is an organization that brings even more assets and resources to the table. So it's the idea that we're going to sit there and work with that business person to help them to see the opportunities, maybe even do market research, just to try to help them key in on the real area that they can do best with their business. And we've got a new program. Many of you know that we have layers now of our tiers of our Chamber dues, and we have a tier level that's just for those entrepreneurs. So we're trying to work with that part of our economy as well.
A lot going on with the Chamber. I have one last question, Michael, to wrap up our discussion in this portion of the program, and it's keying off the presidential election year that we're all in, and it's the proverbial acid test question, and that is, how are Columbus businesses better off now than they were a year ago?
You know, honestly, through the 2020 effort, as you blend 2020 Chamber partnership together, we refer to ourselves sometimes as Suite 200. Our address is 150 South Front Street, Suite 200 in the Lazarus Building. And within that suite, we have so many resources that are able to help the business community that I think they have more access now to more resources than they've ever had before. And for us, that's really what we're bringing to the table, is the connection to those resources. That's the most important thing that there is to us. But you don't have to take my word for it. We've got some members who did some videos for us that are going to show you just how our resources help them in their businesses.
Thank you, Michael.
Thanks, Mike.